Hello everyone, Granite Roots. Today I'm running on my Thief. I'm running Specter heals and my roaming build for a little bit of ganking so people can't get away. You can see that I had it swapped. The good thing about having builds in there right away is I can swap as I go. So I just swapped to my ganking build because we had some greens following us around and accosting some of our players. So there's a diamond here up top and we're going to go teach him that you don't mess with Air Guild during their weekly run or daily run. So we got him. This guy has caused us a lot of grief. And brother is down. Okay, this other guy was over here trying to mess with our catas. And I don't think he realized I was on him till it was too late or at all. And of course my favorite, Shadow Step Stomp. Have a nice day. And in this video I left it here so you can see again how I'm going to switch back to heals as I go in here as we take this tower. So being able to have that ability to have it on the same profession where you can run Zerg DPS, roam DPS, and support and stuff, I like to do that so I can adapt to changing needs. Just makes me more efficient and a better asset to our, my squad, the group that I'm running with. And you're going to see for this, let's talk about this. You have Scepter 2 is probably your main weapon set you're going to use. Gives you protection and barrier, and then you have you can target people, use Scepter skill 1, do a little bit of extra healing. You can see how I'm constantly spamming. You can see throughout there's another episode, a couple other clips where I'm using heals, so you can see more of what we're doing. Some of the other skills on my bar, of course, you have Shadow Shroud. Yeah, I have Blinding Powder for quick stealth, stun break, and then I have a couple venoms to help with immobilizing and stunning people. Makes life easier. Steel is good. Scepter skill 3 on an opponent is good, so I swap back to 2. Gank that guy real quick. He's toast. That happens so fast. This guy also, we're going to drop him off his, help damage him on his mount. He's going to come back around. You see him at the top of the screen. I got him in my sights now, and we're going to put him down so we can't mess with my guy over there. And we don't make it that easy. He got pulled, thank you, he's down. He's going to go over here, I'm going to Shadow Stomp him. I think someone's going to get him before I do, but I'm still going to finish my wind up. Because I like it. And then we'll just take this guy out while we're on the way. And toast. Okay, here are some people. We're trying to hit our back line, so we go back. I was going after this spell breaker, but then I saw the thief, so I forgot to take care of him instead. And he is toast. I'm going to get out of there, and I'm going to look back as I'm creating some space and see that my boys got it and leave them to it. There they go, moving in on him. Perfect. Okay, I'm back on Scepter. This is another good one. So you see, this is better. You can see the rotation. I'm using skill 1 on some of these guys. I'm going to use skill 2. When you go into Shadow Shroud, you usually want to go skill 5 first. That's where your stability comes in. Skill 3 is protection, skill 4 is a heal, and skill 2 is regeneration, and skill 1 is might. And then when you come out of Shadow Shroud, you get barrier. You also get barrier with the protection from Scepter 2, so that's also a bonus. And Scepter skill 1 also gives you barrier. And so the wells, the healing well, the blue one, just gives you heals and a little resistance, and then all wells give you resistance, and then the golden one gives you stability with some other boons. So when I get into my rotation, like you're going to see in here where they're going to have so much siege coming on us, this was a perfect time to demonstrate the rotation. So I use Scepter 2 to use all the initiative, and weapon swap, get a bit more. And you're going to grab all the barrier and protection you can, and then when you're out of initiative, that's when you want to go into your shroud. If you don't have to go sooner, go whenever you have to, but if you can go a little bit later, it works out better because it's like free skills while your initiative's recovering. And your main generation of Shadow Shroud really is your wells on top. If you use your well with your allies in it, you get a huge, see that I got a huge shot of Shadow Shroud. Steel is the second best, and the other stuff just comes with combat. So use your wells off cooldown, and then spamming Scepter 2, then Steel, gives you a little more initiative. I use 3 there to try to mobilize that guy. The other thing you can do too, if you're targeting your own player, is you can Scepter 3 on your own player, teleports you closer to them, you hit it a second time and totally bursts them with some barrier and health. And same thing with when you stealth, that's the other thing buying power is good for. You have one of your allies targeted and use your stealth skill 1, it hits them with a big blast of barrier. And you can also use blinding powder to Shadow Shroud to skill 3 for a blast finisher. See how quickly your initiative comes up when you go into Shroud, so that's always useful. And you can see if you watch the brick, I think I wasn't the only healer for this one, but you can see we kept it up. There are some other ones where I'm the only healer. Here's a good thing, I just swapped, and this guy over here, the Ellie, thinks he's going to get away, and he is not. So that's a good thing to have ability to swap builds, because I hate letting people get away, especially when they've been pestering us all day, ganking our back line. So that helps just be very versatile. See, I swapped again, we're going down, we had some more gankers again waiting for us outside. Warrior at top of my screen, the Spellbreaker, we'll see, you remember him from earlier. This time he's not getting away. Watch him melt. And toast. Alright, here's just me protecting one of my guys, so I'm going to get behind him, take that shot. Not that he really needed it, but I was helping. I use a smoke, blast it, and we're both invisible and stealth, and we made it to safety. Okay, here we are going for their garrison. Another example of how I continue to get better with my rotation. Because I hadn't used Healing Specter for a long time here, so now they had the update, so I thought I'd give it a whirl. If you've seen it in my other videos, I was using it in raids, which is very good, but using a heal build in raids and in World vs. World are two different things. It's good to know it helps that for both the skills are the same, however when you use them is different. At first, when you get used to raids, you're in this mindless rotation because you've done it so many times, you know what to do and when. And you can spam stuff, whereas World vs. World, you gotta hold things at certain times, but you do it enough, there are gonna be certain situations where it's almost like a raid, where you're gonna have that muscle memory, you're gonna use the same skills in the same order at the same time. But you still, for this, it's still complicated because you have to allow to adapt because things change fast. And it's not the same every time. But your opener can pretty much be the same, it's after that you gotta adapt and change. So just watch how well we keep people alive and the barrier I drop every time I get out of Shroud. And you can see how single action on a guy, see they'll just 350-ish. You know, you get 350 on skill 1 and get over just over 1,000 on skill 2 for your Scepter, which is nice. I brought my wells because I'm out of Shadow Shroud stuff. Okay, and then I weapon swap. Now I'm going to go right into it because it's off cooldown. Remember skill 4 and Shroud heals, which is nice. And this build has lots of CC, as you can see. I have Basilisk Venom, I have the, I think it's the other Venom, I can't remember if it's Skelk or whatever. You know, Basti turns them to stone, the other Venom turns, mobilizes them. And then you have Headshot also. And then of course in Shroud, 3 and 5 are also CCs if you're just doing what we were, stacked on a Lord. So all of that stuff is really good, really useful. And I'm going to change, you didn't see here, but later on I changed a trait line in my roaming builds. I took out Deadly Arts, put in Shadow Arts for a little more sustain. Okay, this poor thief, I can totally relate trying to get away, but again, I don't like people getting away, so let's stop him. This is why I like swapping to this build, because he more than likely would have got away. And that is done there. And so this guy also, this ranger. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you all have a most excellent day, and feel free to leave any questions or comments in the section. I hope you can see how much of a benefit it is to swap on the fly.